The last new technique I'm going to show you on this tape is to make a trim to go around this crown, or you could put it around the other crown as well. What you could do is use cotton wool. If you've got like cotton wool balls or cotton wool on a roll, and you could just sort of pull it and roll it like this into a long sausage, and then just glue it or staple it or even sew it around the edge here, so it's like ermine. Unfortunately, as I said in a previous video, the only cotton wool I've got is little sad little pads like that, which just won't fluff up enough to make. I suppose you could do that if you wanted to make sort of cotton wool, if you really wanted cotton wool around the edge. But I'm going to try something different, of course, and something different again requires excuse me, these strips, and it requires 2 very long strips. So what I'm going to do first of all is just attach these so that I've got really long strips, and I'm going to show you how to turn them into something which will be a trim around the bottom of the crown. So I'm going to stick all these together first with sellotape, just like this, really easy. So get my 2 ends, they can just butt together like that. Turn it over. You can see what I'm doing, and then just fold the ends in like that, so you end up with one long piece. And I'm going to keep going as far as I can until I use up all of my strips, and I'll come back when I've done it. Here we are. Now I've got 2 very long strips, and they're all sellotaped together. Now, we used to do these with coloured crepe paper to make decorations at Christmas. This was many years ago now, before you had all the things in the shops that you had. However, this is what I'm going to do now. I've left it white. You can obviously put different colours in it if you like. I'm leaving it white because I want it to have the effect of being ermine, which is a white fur, which would be like the cotton wool. So put your ends of your strips at right angles, and then sellotape them together. Like that, so that they're stuck like that. And then very simply, all you do is you fold, let's see, you fold that way, and then you fold that way. And then, because you've got long strips, pull them through, and then you fold over where you've last folded, if you see what I mean. So fold that way, so that was the last one, so then you fold back over that way, and you fold it that way, so then you fold, come on, back over that way, and each time you just crease it with your finger. So you fold that way, pull that out of the way, and then you fold that way. And then if I can show you, I'm just going to pick it up. When you pull it out, you end up with a little chain like that, which is quite pretty. And then that will go around the bottom of the hat. I'm going to carry on with this, and I'll show you when I've finished. I've nearly finished mine, but I just wanted to show you because I think I've worked out a technique which certainly for me makes it easier. Can you see you've got this little bundle which is sort of like a square. If you hold it still like that, and I find this easier if I'm standing up, because then the ends just hang down and they don't tangle up together. One of them just goes backwards and forwards, up and down, and the other one goes backwards and forwards, side to side. It goes up like that. Now you have to be careful when you get towards the end that you don't just drop your little bundle that you've already folded. It's quite fiddly. You see I've just got that one's going up and down, and this one's just going side to side, and I think that's easier if you just hold it still. I started initially turning it round when I was folding it, but I think that just makes it confusing. And like this, it's easier to keep all the bits underneath in a nice tight bundle so that you don't drop it. Right, a couple more and I'm done. And that one, right, I'm going to cut that so it's the same length. Fold, fold, and I'm going to pinch that last fold together, and I'm going to sellotape it so it can come undone after all that hard work. Fold that in like that. Right, and there we have, that's my paper ermine, if you like, that's going to go around the edge of the crown like this. It's a little bit elasticated because of all the folds. You see? So that it goes around like that, so you can stretch it. It will fit most size heads. Now, the best way to attach this, I think, is to fix the ends first. So just get you've got a little end like that on each side. Just line that up here so that it's going to go nicely. Oops. So just line that up here, and personally I think it's easiest if you just fix it with a staple like that, and then go around, all the way around, find your other end and fix that in with a staple as well. Like that. Right, so this is elasticated because of all the concertina folds, so I think the best, that's not going to stay like that, so what you do is you pull this up high, just hang it over there for the moment, and then you get some glue. Now I am not using my flour paste because I left mine sitting out overnight and it got a bit smelly, so mine is just, I'm just washing mine up at the moment, left it to soak in the sink. So I'm just going to use ordinary household glue. Do not, let me just reiterate, do not, that's the wagging finger, do not use super glue, it's too dangerous. Right, now with this, all you have to do is just run a tiny amount right on the bottom edge. You don't need a lot of this, just a little bit. It's any paper you're sticking. Just dab it all the way around. Just need to keep going. You want to do this in one hit, you don't want to do it all the way because then you want it, your ermine, your paper ermine, to look the same all the way around. You don't want it sort of bunched in one place and then stretched somewhere else. So, where's my top? Ah, there it is. Right. So then, you carefully get your ermine and you push it or let it drop down like that, and it should somewhere catch onto the glue, and you just leave it like that, don't touch it, don't play with it, and let it dry. And that is all we're doing on the crown in this video, but in the next video we'll do a little bit more decoration on the front to make it a bit more fancy. See you in the next video.